So let's get to the next question. What is life at IIT all about? What is it that makes us who we are? Life at IIT can be grouped under three different heads apart from the academic section. These being sports activities, cultural activities, and technical activities. The IITs have a very, very vibrant sports scene. By the sheer size of the campus of each and every IIT, you'll come to realize how much true this fact rings true. For example, IIT Bombay has a campus that spreads over 550 acres. IIT Kharagpur stretches over 1,000 acres. IIT Guwahati beats everyone hands down. They go over 1,700 acres. All these are littered with lush green fields, with basketball courts, volleyball courts, squash courts, badminton courts, cricket fields, football fields, hockey fields, and the like. Sports is an integral part of life at IIT. Inter-IIT sports is a very major event for all the IITs. The fact remains, it is probably one of the most competitive college sporting events in the country. Every year, Inter-IIT is held for various sports like football, tennis, and cricket. You could probably gauge the level of the Inter-IIT sporting events by the fact that even national and international sportsmen come in to train teams for Inter-IIT sports. For example, the IIT Bombay water polo team this year got trained by the Finnish national skipper. Of course, you have our cricket teams being trained by Ranji Trophy coaches day in and day out. Now let's go on to the cultural side of things. Culturally, the scene has been vibrant all through, and it is still vibrant as it has never been earlier. Mood Indigo. Of course, all of you must have heard of Mood Indigo. It's supposed to be the biggest college cultural festival in Asia. Not just India, in Asia. Then you have the other IITs. You have IIT Delhi with Rendezvous. You have IIT Guwahati with Al Karenga. You have IIT Kanpur with Antaragni, and so on and so forth. Life at IIT in culture is about 7 different genres. And every single person's interest is being catered to here. For example, in IIT Bombay itself, we've had a new club coming up in the last 2 years called the Film Club, where people actually go in and make films, and we have support from the industry outside by people like Yash Johar, Karan Johar, Subhash Ghai, and the like. Then again, there are other different genres. You have debating, you have fine arts, you have quizzing, dance, and so on and so forth. Let's go on to technical activities at the IITs. IIT Bombay has a major technical festival called Tech Fest. IIT Kharagpur had Kshitij, and IIT Chennai has had Shastra. There are 4 major heads under which cultural activities in the institute can be grouped. Fine arts, dramatics, literary activities, and debating activities. And then you have other minor activities like dance and so on. Dramatics activities at the IITs are a big hit. In Mood Indigo, you have had major directors coming in and showcasing their work. You had someone like Mani Ratnam coming in the year 1977. This, at IIT Bombay, was his first stage. This was where he started it all off. And look where he is today. Dramatics has always been a very, very big draw, and a very enthusiastic lot at IIT has taken up dramatics. Let's take a look at these people again. In the recent past, IITs have released 2 major films, one of them being called Deja Vu. It was reviewed in the industry by its peers, and quite a few of them were of the opinion that this should be our entry to the Cannes. Cannes being the International Major Film Festival. Then again, let's go to fine arts. Fine arts brings out the aesthetic side of IITians. Now you might not believe it, but people in IIT are actually very aesthetically inclined. It might seem that 2 years in Kota, 2 years in your engineering college, 2 years of studying here and there would sap out every single ounce of creativity that you could have had. But that is not the case. as is visible out here. Of course, we have a design school at IIT called the IDC, the Industrial Design Center, which caters to all these things. You have the option of taking up minors and other courses in IDCs so as to hone such talents of yours. Literary activities. Probably the biggest interest group in IITs goes to literary activities. Quizzes all over the country, dumb charades, potpourri events, Pictionary events, and the like are cracked day in and day out by IITians. In fact, at every major stage, you have people from IIT coming in, and you have people from all the other colleges walking out silently because they know that they don't stand a chance. Debating activities. Debating is rather a new draw for us people, but in the last 1 year, we've managed to not only go and participate in national debates, we've managed to crack national debates, ladies and gentlemen. The point remains that we've had national debates coming in IIT Delhi, in IIT Guwahati, and now this year even in IIT Bombay. The debating scene at IITs is vibrant, is picking up very fast, and is bound to go places. Now, of course, let us go on to the technical activities. As you all must be knowing, and as you all would have expected, technical activities have a very niche crowd, but a very dedicated crowd to them. The fact remains that IITs are, at the end of the day, IITs. The T standing for technology and nothing else. The IITs have a very awesome technical scene. You have, first of all, various festivals like IIT Kharagpur's Kshitij, IIT Chennai's Shastra, and IIT Bombay's Tech Fest, amongst other festivals. You have international competitions coming to our doorstep. IIT Bombay, till last year, had something called Micromouse, which attracted the best entries, not just from our country, but from the world over. This year, there is something new called Swarm Robotics, wherein you mimic the activities of ants to build up your own colonies, to intelligently synchronize amongst them food collection and the entire process of evolution. You have racing events in technical activities then again. You have something called Full Throttle, where you design your own small cars with replete IC engines, and you race them on plain tracks, dirt tracks, mud tracks, wherever you want them. Then again, moving on to the other aspects of life at IITs, let's take a look at what life is beyond IITs. You spend 4 or 5 years, or 2 years in the case of MTechs at IITs. And then what? Now your friends in other engineering colleges will tell you that, I've spent 4 years doing engineering, and there's nothing better now for me than to go into engineering, whether or not they're interested. Now so many times it happens that over the course of 4 years, your interests swing wildly from engineering to something as diverse as, say, photography. What about that? In IITs, you have the option of going after your dream. When you're in IIT, you have the option, you have this facility of going after anything you want. A professor of ours once remarked that IIT gives you this opportunity of a fallback option. And then you can always go about chasing your dream. Even in the more conventional sense, life beyond IITs is a very rosy proposition. The best companies come to IITs, the best employers do not miss placement dates with us. The best of them take up the best of us. You have companies like Google coming in, you have companies like IBM and the like coming in to take their share of the pie. Take consulting companies, for example. We had this year a company called Parthenon coming in, which offered 20 lakh as their starting salary to IITs. Contrast this with the maximum salary that an MBA gets from an average management school, which comes out to around, say, 10 lakh or 12 lakh. You'd be earning far more than them. For that matter, even take the basic salary of your professors. Your professors earn around 8 lakhs per month after 10 years of service. You would start off with 20 lakhs a year.